This is Italian Football Hour channel, my friends. Today I want to make predictions. Match day 4 games of Serie. You can subscribe to my channel, watch my videos. Please click the like button. Thank you so much. Let's start with Como Bologna game. In my opinion, Como is the weakest element of Serie, and they have just 1 point. They stayed draw against Cagliari 1-1 in away game, and they lost against 3-0 Juventus in first away game. They lost against Udinese 1-0 in last away game. First time they are going to play at home this season in Serie. And Bologna got a very bad start to season. They have just 2 points. They stayed draw against Empoli and Udinese at home 1-1 with same results. They lost against 3-0 Napoli in away game. Really, so hard clash is awaiting us, my dear friends. These two teams never encountered before in the history, and really so hard clash is awaiting us, my dear friends. Draw is possible in that game, but Bologna nevertheless and nonetheless, Bologna is better team than Como in every manner. In my opinion, after a hard clash just by 1 goal difference, Bologna will win over against Como and they will get the first victory this season in Serie A. Como 1, Bologna 2 is my prediction for this game. Second game, Milan Venezia. Milan got a very bad start to season. They have just 2 points after 3 games. They couldn't get any victory in Serie A. They stayed draw against 2-2 Torino at home. They remained draw against 2-2 Lazio in last away game. They lost against 2-1 Parma in away game. And Venezia team has just 1 point. They got a very bad start to season. They stayed draw against Fiorentina 0-0 in away game. Again, they lost against Lazio 3-1 in away game. Again, they lost against 1-0 Torino in last match at home. My dear friends, really that's enough. Really that's enough. But Fonseca is so poor manager for Milan team. He cannot managing Milan team properly. He should be sacked as soon as possible. This is my opinion. But this is time to win for Milan team. They will win over against this weak Venezia team. Milan 3, Venezia 1 is my prediction for this game. Atalanta Fiorentina off. Atalanta is going to be at home, and Atalanta has just 3 points. They won versus 4-0 Lecce in away game, but they lost against 2-1 Torino in away game. At the same time, they lost against 4-0 Inter in last away game. It was so frustrated defeat for Atalanta team. First time they are going to play at home this season. And Fiorentina has 3 points. They got 3 successive draws in the first 3 games of Serie. They stayed draw against Parma 1-1 in away game. They remained draw against Venezia 0-0 at home. Again, they stayed draw against 2-2 Monza in last match at home. Hard clash is awaiting us, my dear friends. And at the same time, last season Fiorentina won versus Atalanta 3-2 in away game. Maybe again draw is possible and probable in that match. Please don't forget that, my dear friends. But Atalanta will make the advantage of playing at home just by a little margin, just by 1 goal difference. This Atalanta team will win over against Fiorentina. Atalanta 2, Fiorentina 1 is my prediction for this game. Empoli Juventus off. Juventus got a very good start to season. They have 7 points. They are on the second spot. They stayed draw against Roma 0-0 in last match at home. They won versus 3-0 Verona in away game. They won against Como 3-0 at home. Empoli is going to be at home. They have 5 points. They stayed draw against Monza 0-0 at home. They stayed draw against 1-1 Bologna in last away game. They won versus 2-1 Roma in away game. In the last game, Juventus won versus Empoli 2-0 in away game. Again, Juventus is better team than Empoli. They will win over against Empoli, my dear friends. Empoli 0, Juventus 2 is my prediction for this game. Monza Inter off. Inter won versus Monza 5-1 last season in away game. Inter has 7 points. They are at the top of the point table. They are the best team of Serie, but Juventus will force them significantly, in my opinion, this season. Inter team won versus 4-0 Atalanta at home. They won against 2-0 Lecce. At home, they stayed draw against Genoa 2-2 in away game. Monza team lost against 1-0 Genoa at home. They stayed draw against 2-2 Fiorentina in last away game. Monza has just 2 points. They are in so bad situation now. This Inter team is better team than Monza in every way. They will win over against Monza. Monza 1, Inter 3 is my prediction for this game. Lazio Verona off. Lazio won versus Verona 1-0 at home last season again, but Lazio team has just 4 points. They stayed draw against Milan 2-2 at home. They won versus Venezia 3-1 at home. Lazio lost against 2-1 Udinese in away game. And Verona got a very good start to season. They won versus Napoli 3-0 at home. They lost against Juventus 3-0 at home, but again they won versus 2-0 Genoa in last away game. It was a little bit surprising result, their victory against Genoa in away game, my dear friends. Hard clash is awaiting us, but again by a little margin. I want to take a chance to Lazio for victory in the last 5 games played between of these two teams. Verona couldn't get any victory against Lazio. Lazio will win over against Verona. Lazio 2, Verona 1 is my prediction for this game. Torino Lecce, off. In the last 5 matches played between of these two teams, Torino won all the games. Torino won 5 times in a row against Lecce. Last season, Torino won versus Lecce 2-0 at home. Torino got a very good start to season. They have 7 points. They won versus Atalanta 2-1 at home. They won versus 1-0 Venezia in away game. They stayed draw against 2-2 Milan in away game. Lecce has 3 points. They won versus Cagliari 1-0 in last match at home. They lost against 2-0 Inter in last away game. Hard clash is awaiting us, my dear friends. But Torino is stronger and better team than Lecce in every way. They will make the advantage of playing at home. After that clash, Torino will win over against Lecce. Torino 1, Lecce 0 is my prediction for this game. Genoa Roma, off. Genoa is going to be at home, but they lost against Verona 2-0 in last match at home, my dear friends. They won versus Monza 1-0 in away game. They stayed draw against Inter 2-2 in first match at home. Last season, Genoa won versus Roma 4-1 at home. Roma got a very bad start to season. They have just 2 points. They stayed draw against Cagliari and Juventus 0-0 in away games with same results, but they lost against 2-1 Empoli at home. My dear friends, really this is gonna be so hard clash. If either of the sides win this game, in my opinion, it's going to be Roma. But I don't count on Roma because really they are a little bit poor team. Genoa is so dangerous team at home, although they lost against 2-0 Verona in the last match at home. Because of that, my dear friends, I feel in that way this game will end up in draw. Genoa 1, Roma 1. At Parma Udinese, off. Another hard clash is awaiting us, my dear friends. Parma has 4 points. Parma is playing better at home. They stayed draw against Fiorentina 1-1 at home. They won versus 2-1 Milan at home, but they lost against 2-1 Napoli in last away game. They conceded the goals in the additional minutes of the game, but Parma is good and decent team. At the same time, Udinese got a very good start to season. They have 7 points. They won versus 2-1 Lazio at home. They won against Como 1-0 at home. They stayed draw against Bologna 1-1 in first away game of Serie. My dear friends, in the last game played between of these two teams ended up in 2-2 draw. Again, this game will be in balance. Because of that, my prediction is going to be draw for that match, my dear friends. Draw. Parma 1, Udinese 1. And Cagliari Napoli, this is the last match of the week. Cagliari is going to be at home. Cagliari Napoli game ended up in 1-1 draw last season. Cagliari couldn't get any victory against Napoli in the last 5 matches played between of these two teams, and really Lukaku came to Napoli and he is very good transfer for Napoli team. Cagliari team stayed draw against Como 1-1 at home. They remained draw against Roma 0-0 at home. But really, this Napoli team got a very bad start to season. They lost against Verona 3-0 in first away game, but they won versus Bologna 3-0 at home. They won against Parma 2-1 in last match at home. Napoli is playing better at home, but Cagliari is in so bad situation now. They are so weak team. Nevertheless, so hard clash is awaiting us, my dear friends. In my opinion, just by 1 goal difference, this time Napoli will win over against Cagliari. Cagliari 1, Napoli 2 is my prediction for this game. All my predictions like this matchday 4 games of Serie. You can subscribe to my channel, watch my videos. You may write your comments down below. Please click the like button. It makes me so glad. See you on my next videos, my dear friends. Bye!